pimps? Welcome all. Welcome to PIMP. P.I.I.M.P. The acronym that stands for Put It in My Pocket. In the stock game, you ladies are pimps too. I am the chump, aka the penny stock pimp. I'm Holis. I'm Dolis. $250. Can I turn it to $2,000 in 3 months and be ready for the PDT rule change? Can I pimp? That's the question. Can I put it in my pocket? Well, over here, we doing some pimping. We doing big pimping. Today, we pimped off of that little $4 that we had that we threw into PMI. What was it? Yeah, that 417 that we threw into there. Now, 482, we up, uh, got 32 shares. 5 of them is ours that we kept. So actually, we should be able to keep 6 out of there. Um, that's ours. And we will add more to that and continue to pimp onto that because, like I said, PMI is ready to do some real hoeing now. She's in these streets now. The streets is recognizing. Yeah, you see the volume. The streets is recognizing that PMI is in these streets now, you know, and they see that body. You know what I'm saying? But they just not look still not interested in that face, and nobody cares for a butter face. But you know, the pimpin' loves them. Now let's talk about TSCO, our bottom rich. That's right, I said it. Bottom rich. Yes, we located this. We knocked this stock. When was that? Last week. All right. Last week, well, the week before, towards the end, the middle of the week, we knocked this stock. All right. We've been talking about TSCO and the importance of having a bottom rich in your stable, right? A stable is not a stable unless you have something that can actually support it and, bring in revenue to keep things afloat. And TSCO does that. This stock alone will allow me to double this account by the end of the month. You know what I mean? And be able to have more resources to continue to add and grow this account. So it's very, very doable. You know what I mean? Because you have, like I said, I emphasize a bottom rich. You have to have one in your stable. Now if you're lucky enough to get 2 of those, you can really, really eat. You could really, really eat. But I'm gonna say this now. You know what I mean? And I said it before, you know. If you saw TSCO and being so undervalued as it is, and you pick this up, man, you did some real pimping. You did some real pimping because you recognized that you found a stock that was ready to do some real, real hoeing for a pimp and breeding. Put it in my pocket. That's exactly right. Now, what I'm going to say, stock open up today at 15 cents on this contract. Stock open up at 30 cents on this contract. Is up to 43 cents on this contract. Let's look at the action on the stock. All right. Not that one. But we talked about that. And we're going to continue to talk about that because that is one that is on the radar. So, but we want to talk about the stock TSCO, our bottom rich. You see, we talked about it here, how we had likened this stock to, you know, the woman with the issue of blood. Why? Because she bled out in the streets for 7 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Spotted one day. Bled 2 more days. Spotted another day. We had got in right here. Spotted this day. Bled out another 6 days. And now, no more spotting. No more spotting. TSCO is ready to do some extreme hoeing. And therefore, she is ready. he'll pay a pimp. So that's just how I see it. Now we go to the 1 hour chart. You see the resistance we got coming up on 32. But like I said, we're good to ride this one up. We look at it on the 4 hour. We're good to ride this one up to 35. If you holding shares, I'd ride this one up to 35, no problem. Keep keep the profit in the shares, and then get the buy money back and see what happens. But look at this. Everything looks good to me. You know what I mean? And now it's time for the streets to recognize that, yeah, she's out here. She's out here in these streets. And yo, it's time. It's time for y'all to go ahead, you shorts, go ahead and cover your positions and pay a pimp. Put it in my pocket. That's right. Because that's how we're going to get paid. These shorts have to cover their positions once, you know, we get to a certain point, where it's more advantageous for them. Because otherwise, this thing could squeeze up. And then that would be very violent. That would hurt their pockets. Right? Now, it would definitely put it in our pocket, but it would hurt their pockets. So we want the shorts to come in, right? And that's why we look for those depressed stocks. Because we're looking for those depressed stocks that they have extremely shorted so much to exhaustion, and then they now have to come in and cover those positions. You know what I mean? And gradually, sometimes they do it, but in these cases with stocks like these, you know, there's going to be some covering because these stocks could squeeze up very violently. And we'll see what happens. But for now, we're in it. We're riding this. This is our bottom rich. We're riding it up to 35. We'll make decisions there to keep our contracts in profit, and then we'll pull in that buy money back, and then we're gonna go ahead and uh get the stable the way it need to be. But what else can I say about this? I said it and I say it again. This is our bottom rich. We riding this out. We're gonna add more to it as we have ample opportunity to. But if you're not in this, you're not pimping. You slipping. Matter of fact, you simping. You not pimping. You is simping and you slipping. Right? But that's just how I see it. Who am I? I'm just a guy who's trying to take $250 and turn it into $2,000 in 3 months. But I'm a pimp. Put it in my pocket. I'm out. Chum.